Today we're going to compare the website for the company Lib Technology. First of all, our goal here is to attract more visitors, and to do it, we want to convert them into potential clients by improving the user experience for the website. But what does user experience mean? This is how the user feels about interacting with your website. For example, if the user is on your website, but you can't find your core competencies or your added value, they will probably leave. In our analysis, we're going to assess the visitor journey through both websites. In one end, we will focus on two major factors that are crucial to the visitor. First, the usability of the website, and then the visitor's usefulness. But before going further, we have decided to separate the analysis in two parts: the presentation of the service, and then we will analyze the e-commerce part of the website. Let's move on the usability of the website. So we want to know if the website is user-friendly for the visitor. Does he or she find easily the main information about the company? For example, on the current website, we have the main fields in which they have already worked on. It's a good element. It allows the user to understand which fields are targeted and if they fit in. So, the main information is given, but we don't know the core competencies unless you click to the tab Core Technology. It should be indicated in the main page. For the on-test website, it's easier. All the information are on the main page. You just have to scroll through it. However, for a better understanding of the company's services and product, the page framework should be redesigned. After that, you finally introduce your core competencies and your added value to the user. We suggest you organize it as follows. First, you can present what you do and add two call to action buttons in order to be related to the services and product section included the Smart Consultancy. Then you can present your core technology, which is really clear. It is your added value for the user. It will determine if it is relevant for him or her to stay on your website. We can insert the application part here. By the way, we have some trouble with all this color change. Could the orange section be harmonized with the other sections such as white? It is drawing a lot of attention onto this section. Then you can insert the Get Started section as well as the Some Existing Client. We suggest as well to change the title Some Existing Client into They Trust Us. We'll go back to that later. So, it will be more clear for the user to scroll through this organization. Then, the fast loading of the both websites are quite slow. It takes 3 seconds for the current website to load, as well as for the on-trial website. It took 12 seconds to load. Nowadays, the user wants everything fast, including the speed of the loading of the page, so for the speediness, it should be improved.
Now, let's switch to responsiveness of a website. That is to say, nowadays a website should be designed for browsing on a computer and on a smartphone. Thus, there are some information that should be featured on the smartphone designed website. The messages should be clear, concise, and easy to access given the size of the screen. On the other side, website designed for browsing on the computer should be comprehensive with detailed explanation, and they should include external links or videos or images. So the current website is not really responsive. When we try to access the website for the mobile device size, we can see a hamburger menu, which is good because the user has easily access to the menu and what he or she looking for. But what is surprising is that there is a double email on the header. Besides, there are a lot of text information written in small letters. Then we go to the Who We Are section. The images are too big, unsightable, given the size of the smartphone screen. And on the testing website, on the header, On the left, we can see Avada Kripo instead of a company logo. On the right, we can also see a hamburger menu. We would like to suggest the following change to Contact Us section should be moved. The form before contact details. Besides, we should add the search feature, the ability for the user to access to the information easily. All these changes should let the user access easily to the needed and useful information for him. A key element is that it takes 10 seconds for the user to judge a home page and to decide to stay or not it. Therefore, 10 seconds is the time limit that the company has to provide useful and needed information to the user. As a result, the company will convert the user as loyal and motivated customer. Now, let's switch to the content. Does it reflect the company's intended message? On the current website, there is a good design, and first thing we see is this box, which shows in which fields they already worked on. But there are many information, consequently no information is obvious when the user browses the website. What is interesting is that it is a good point is the images lead to a PDF file which optimizes the speed of the website. For the consultancy section, the graphic is loaded, there are too much words. There is no hierarchy of what is relevant. For the core technology section, the on-trial website version is much clearer. On the current one, there are too much words even on the graphic. For the Who We Are section, there are still too much text, and maybe the user wants to know your background in order to build a connection with them. And it will help them to have a better insight with your motivation and why did you start or join for some of you the company. For us, the element that is missing is the storytelling. How can you convert a visitor into a potential prospect if you don't engage with them? If you don't tell a story such as your motivation, the visitor will feel like one of many and not of being part of community. They will be loyal to your company. We have questioning why did you choose the color orange for your application section. It is not harmonious with the rest of the main page. We would like to suggest as well to improve the quality of the videos. We find that they are a bit dry, there is no explanation of the process of the product or what it is about to do. In conclusion, for improving the user's experience, we recommend to reorganize your framework website to improve the user experience. Be clear on the explanation of the product because of the novelty of the product the user is not used to it, they need to be educated about it. Less words, but choose the one who could catch the user attention.
Now we are going to look into the e-commerce part of the website. We've decided to split the website to two parts because their goals are different. As you mentioned at your meeting, one of your goals is to develop the manufacturing part of your company. So here we are going to see if there are enough elements to retain the visitor in order to convert him into a new loyal customer. For that, we need to look at the customer's experience on the website through the presentation and the usability. First, the presentation of the both product pages. On the current website, we can see it is a classical presentation of the product where everything is aligned through 4 pictures by line. And we have a short introduction that explains the purpose of the products, which gives a better understanding. On the on-trial website, we are missing the short introduction for the customer. And on the detail page, the title and the price of the product are detailed in the headline on both websites. On the current website, if we take the force sensor kit, we have a picture of both product as well as the price and the short description of it, which is good for the customer. He or she could better understand the benefits of the product. We have as well the documentation related to the product, and we can choose the quantity of it. At the bottom, we have the related product section, which is called cross-selling, and it is a good feature to have if the company wants to sell complementary product from the same service. Now that we had compared the two websites, we are going to asset them the same way as the service part. First, for the usability, we can see that the loading speed of each page is pretty slow. For example, to have access to the product page through the main page, it takes 7 seconds to load. It should be optimized. Then for the user interface, the on-trial website can be browsed on a mobile device size as well as a computer screen size pretty easily. There is no problem with the pictures, they don't overlap. It is actually nice to look and easy to use. But there is a function the company could implement. It is when you add an item to the cart, we are expecting a little window to appear with a call to action button where you have an instant access to the process of payment like Amazon or the retail store, online stores do. As for the content and the graphics part, here we are going to take a look at the clarity of the website. Is it easy to understand for the customer? For example, in the detail page of the industrial displacement sensor, we have a description of the product and the present of documents. Remember, the customer is scanning the website and it takes him or her just 10 seconds to know if they will stay or not. In order to catch their attention, you could classify into different boxes the main categories such as product summary, description, and documents and download. The customer will find easily what he is looking for. As well, in the description box, the company can use videos to explain the product and how to use it through graphics. In conclusion, to improve the customer's experience onto the website, it is recommended to, first, begin with an introduction of the product in order to explain more the aim of the product. Here we are in a growing market. The technology used is too new to be known except by academics and specialists in the field, so there is a need to educate the customer about it. Second, the website should be optimized. As we have seen, the fast loading page is pretty slow when you're coming from the main page to the product page. We think it is because of the time for loading the pictures that taking so much time. It could be optimized. Third, to encourage the customers to move to the payment faster, the company can implement a little window where a call to action button for the payment is placed. It could be great as well to detect the card field but not paid yet, and to send a reminder to the customer to help him to buy it. Fourth, then you have to educate your customer by clarifying your product and make it easy to understand how to use it through graphics and videos. So that would be our comparison and highlight some possible improvement to optimize the user's experience. Now the company has to decide on what data they want to collect and exploit so they could qualify their potential clients, collaborators, and decide on a strategy to nurture their future relationship. Thank you for your attention.